on YouTube. This is the very latest news from Fabulous 103 and the Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. It would be great if you liked and subscribed to us. Thailand's new government is committed to reviewing the current visa regulations and, amongst other issues, the chance to extend visitor visas from the current 30 to 90 days, all in a move to promote tourism. This, according to Prime Minister Srettha in a meeting at the weekend. The price for Thai rice has risen to above 12,000 baht a tonne this weekend as demand increases following a ban on exports from India unless approved by their state. Myanmar too has now imposed a similar ban, both in an effort to prop up their own internal economy and to avoid high prices at home. Thailand, though, can't gloat for too long, as reported last week, with the predicted drought over the next 12 months, water will not necessarily be available for paddies here, and so supply within Thailand is likely to lessen too. Members of Thailand's new cabinet are expected to be officially named by mid-week in order that all can settle in and seamlessly take over from their predecessors, coming as they will from all the numerous parties within the coalition that was needed in order for the Pheu Thai leader to garner enough votes to take the helm. It's of great interest to all, as it will effectively outline the agreements made by Pheu Thai to get those essential votes in the House. 11 parties are involved, so the spread should be thin, but several old faces are expected to be on the list. This as outgoing Prime Minister Gen Prayut patted himself on the back at the weekend regarding his time in office. Describing it as a meaningful and memorable period, he claims that the country grew in prosperity and is on target to become a leading nation globally. Many, though, have noted that he omitted the effect of the dark years following the coup, which had a dramatic effect on most businesses and much of the public, together with the almost zero support given to the public during the COVID era that saw hundreds of thousands rely on food handouts, much of which was sponsored by non-Thais. All foodstuffs imported into Thailand will, according to the FDA, be checked for harmful content, including radioactivity. Following Japan's release of nuclear wastewater from its beleaguered Fukushima waste plant, concern has risen globally as to the unknown possible effect on fish caught in the region. With much from Japan eaten without cooking, others claim that the water is safe. Restaurant businesses in Hua Hin are the latest to admit to being scammed. In a similar fashion to others in Bangkok, they receive bookings for large groups along with a specific wine request, wines that are only available from a certain supplier. The supplier agreed on the proviso that the restaurants paid 60% with order and the balance on delivery. Only catch? Well, neither the wine nor the customers ever turn up. The scam began in the capital. It's expected to permeate out into many regions. As for conmen, it's been very successful. Romance scams may seem a paltry business in comparison with other scams, but that's not the case, as police revealed at the weekend. 800 million baht is the figure given by authorities after one Nigerian and 13 Thais were arrested at the end of last week, with one of the complainants alone showing police that their bank balance had dropped by 1 million baht as they sought happiness online with non-existent bows. Over a 3-year period, 800 million was transferred to overseas accounts according to records found. And Lopburi residents are twitching with hope as sterilisation programmes there, introduced to reduce the population, are firmly underway. Monkey business for sure, but the local primates have bred to a point where they have a massive population and have become more and more aggressive. Whilst many have smiled with relief at close to 150 having been neutered by a vet team recently, others point out that that really is just the tip of the iceberg and the numbers are in the thousands. Each was also tattooed so they're easily recognisable and added to a list of close to 340 sterilised this year so far. Meanwhile, at home and in Pattaya, the dream or nightmare of 24-hour bar opening has been firmly nixed this weekend. As we reported last week, it's now been confirmed that 24-hour opening will not be entertained for the city nor the region, but only for what's called the Eastern Airport City at Utapao, and thus enables it to offer similar services to those available at other major airports in Thailand. Touts offering speedboat rides to tourists at Bali Hai Pier, where hundreds queue for the less expensive ferries, fell out with each other at the weekend and were caught on camera amidst a gang-on-gang fistfight for the second time in a single day. Tourists were scared as the loud touts wouldn't stop, even when they were told to by port officials. Only the arrival of police put paid to their violence. And it's expected that City Hall will review the reports from all parties this week, with a view to either banning them from the area or policing them. And the rather naked walking street, now devoid of its neon illuminations which previously hung over the thoroughfare, has seen the removal of the final telegraph poles that previously filled the roadway with black cables and transformers, with all cabling now buried. As is the case in most major streets here in the city now, the city mayor oversaw a reopening ceremony. Businesses, though, have begged to be able to refit their illuminations, albeit at a much higher level. To date, that request hasn't received a response. And with the Met Office promising highs today for just 31 degrees for our region, dropping down to 28, but with the real feel of 37, as they also tell us to expect a bright sunny day with just a few clouds. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.